Hello, I'm Kamali, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and some of the stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. Her social media finally got the message about measles and the impact of anti-vax content. Traditional medicine on show in Istanbul, including special guests, leeches.
Hello, Reese.
Cindy, Your Majesty, I'll keep this brief. New Zealand is being left off world maps all over the world.
I'm sure there is a reasonable explanation.
I don't
What
think
is
so.
the best
I've been
accent
searching
in the
internet
world?
for the last
Spoiler,
30
it's not
seconds,
mine.
and it's everywhere. This is amazing.
And from Russia with love, a whale of a tale in animals doing stuff. That's top of our news feed today, measles. Now, the childhood disease was largely eradicated thanks to vaccines, but there's been a huge resurgence in recent years. There was a 300% uptick in cases in the first 3 months of 2019. Now, health experts say that people aren't vaccinating their children, and one of the main reasons, safety concerns created by junk science in the 1990s. Now, those concerns are being propagated by what, for millions, is the only place they get their information, social media.
Morning, Minister.
Matt Hancock is the UK's Health Secretary. He says social media sites need to take a zero-tolerance approach to lies and conspiracy theories about the safety of vaccines.
This is another one of those shout-out moments to all of you that are sharing these stories, that are making it seem like we are huge, because we are everywhere. And it's true, social media is our space. Okay, so they're safe, they're safe, they're safe, they're safe, they're safe, they're safe. That's what we hear all the time. Don't worry, no reason to not vaccinate. Now, of course, all of you know that I started by making the film Vax, which had many parents in it that were saying they're not safe. In fact, vaccines ruined my children's life.
In the US, the Centers for Disease and Control Prevention has reported that more than 700 people have been infected by measles this year. Colleges have quarantined students, about 300 at schools in LA. And parts of New York City have declared a measles emergency.
You may have noticed that we're facing a significant outbreak of measles in the United States right now. That means it's an important time for all of us to reflect on whether our families, our friends, or ourselves have had all appropriate vaccinations to make sure that we're being safe.
Before a vaccine was introduced in the US in 1963, there were 4 million measles cases, with 48,000 hospitalizations and 500 deaths in the US every year. But the problem is not only in developed countries. A recent UNICEF report shows that 21.1 million children miss out on the first dose of the measles vaccine every year. YouTube has demonetized anti-vaccine content, and crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe and Indiegogo have banned anti-vax groups from fundraising on their sites. But collective action is needed, with many now looking to international bodies like the World Health Organization to call on social media sites to stamp out all anti-vax content permanently.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the other things that caught our eye on social media. Hashtag Operation Libertad, Guido and Leopoldo Lopez and Venezuela are top trends currently, and this video could be a historic moment for the country. It's from the live stream of the self-declared president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Over his right shoulder are what look like soldiers. Over his left is the former leader of the opposition, Leopoldo Lopez. Now, the military say they just freed Lopez from house arrest. By all accounts, a coup is underway, and this video on Periscope may have been the starting gun. Spoiler alert, we watched episode 3 of Game of Thrones season 8 yesterday, and it was as epic as expected. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, but Arya kills the Night King, and it was quite a moment in the show, in TV history, and the internet. Now, what you're looking at right now is a watch party in the United States. Yes, people do that. Now, Maisie Williams is the British actor who plays Arya Stark in the series. She's been one of the best characters for a while, but this episode really cemented her place in television lore. Now, she's been offered a scholarship for jokes at the University of Minnesota, and there have been 1 million tweets and posts about her in the past 24 hours. But this one may be the best. It's from her housemate who says, "You think it's hard avoiding spoilers online? Try living with her." He's avoiding them in the kitchen. And the magazine Sports Illustrated, which has published images of women in swimsuits for decades, is now featuring a woman in a hijab and burkini. The Somali-American model Halima Aden is the woman in question. It's the first time the magazine's, to my mind, outdated swimsuit issue will feature a woman wearing a hijab and burkini. A conference on traditional medicine has been held here in Istanbul, and TRT World sent some people out to have a look.
Do any of these tickle your fancy?
Homeopathy,
Music therapy?
acupuncture,
aromatherapy,
What about leech therapy? The Second International Traditional and Complementary Medicine Congress in Istanbul was all about that stuff and more. GETAT was organised by Turkey's Ministry of Health and sponsored by the World Health Organization. 140 scientists from around the world came to share their findings in the field of complementary medicine. So we went, like thousands of others, to see what we could find at this 4-day event. You know, apart from great coffee. We came across experts from various specialities in complementary medicine, and here's some of the interesting stuff we found.
müzik hareketlendirir, müzik, Müzik terapi, bedensel, zihinsel ve ruhsal sağlık sorunlarını iyileştirmede, korumada, diğer disiplinlerle birlikte çalışarak kanıta dayalı olan bir bilim dalıdır. Birçok hastalar üzerinden müzik terapi uygulanmaktadır. Örneğin Alzheimer, demans, zihinsel engelli çocuklar, otistik, Down sendromu.
Aromatherapy is a therapy of the emotions. We use the fragrances of the essential oils to treat our symptoms of tension.
Mesela rahat uyku uyuyamıyorsa lavanta ile vetiverden 2'şer damla karıştırıp bu difüzöre koyduğunuz zaman çok rahat uyuyorsunuz.
So many diseases can be helped by acupuncture. Insomnia, depression, shortly we can use acupuncture in all kind of the disease.
We even got the chance to meet the creator of the Gut and Psychology Syndrome, or GAPS diet, which treats several health conditions by healing the gut. Dr. Natasha says the trick is to go back to our old ways.
Modern life is very comfortable, very easy. And that leads us to disease, leads us to problems. If we want good health, we have to start cooking for our families again, from scratch, using traditional recipes. What you eat becomes your health.
Almost forgot to mention the one other thing we stumbled upon: leeches. Those blood-sucking creatures that are used to increase blood circulation. Leech therapy is an ancient practice and is still in use today. We were also told that Turkey has been making a considerable effort in the area of traditional and complementary medicine in the last few years.
The Ministry of Health has prepared and enacted a strategic plan for evidence-based integration of traditional and complementary medicine in the health system. This traditional and complementary medicine congress will push the doctors to this area.
But there was one thing that everybody there seemed to agree with.
Bu tedaviler zaten adı üzerinde tamamlayıcı tıp tedavileri. Yani mevcut modern tıptaki tedavisini alacak, o tedavinin üzerine tamamlayıcı tıp uygulamalarını entegre edecek. Yani üzerine ekleyecek. O zaman bu bir anlam kazanır. Yoksa alternatif şeklinde bir yaklaşım doğru olmayabilir. Çünkü tıbbın alternatifi yoktur.
All right, let's go around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Tuesday. Now, the director John Singleton is dead. He was 51. His breakout film was the groundbreaking Boys in the Hood in 1991, for which he got a Best Director Oscar nomination, the first black man to get one. Boys in the Hood starred Cuba Gooding Jr. and Ice Cube, and it was a raw, painful look at gang life in Los Angeles. It was a movie landmark in many people's lives, mine included. Ice Cube posted this tribute to Singleton on Twitter, sharing a photo of the two of them at the Cannes Film Festival. Well, Burger King's done it. The fast food chain has taken the leap into the meat-free future by announcing that every single outlet in the US will be offering vegetarian non-meat Whoppers by 2020. The patties will be made of a soybean protein that mimics meat. Burger King isn't the first to go green, with some smaller chains having already done so. A petition to get McDonald's to get on board has hundreds of thousands of signatures. Now, the farming of cows for the meat industry is massively damaging to the environment, not to mention the ethics of animal welfare. A recruitment advert for a tech firm in Virginia in the United States has gone into the bulging folder of racist job ads after it preferably asked for Caucasian candidates. The firm Sinet has predictably apologized, issuing a number of platitudes that the ad doesn't reflect its core values, blah, blah, blah. But sadly, for Sinet, the internet never forgets, and it's not the first time the company has been accused of discrimination. It previously listed a job for female candidates only. Sinet says the people responsible for this latest ad have been fired. And my favorite story of the day, a high school stage production of the sci-fi classic Alien is now available for the whole world to watch on YouTube. North Bergen High in New Jersey put on the show in March, and it earned great reviews from the likes of Ridley Scott, who gave it big props, and Sigourney Weaver, who even went to the school to MC a performance. Now we have big news. The accents of the world have been rated for attractiveness, and Jamaican came in 17th, which is not a bad showing. Scottish is 6th, and drumroll please, the most attractive accent is apparently New Zealand.
A roupa do rei, de Roma, rainha, de raiva, o resto. Got that?
That's why I win Sexy Man of the Year. Look how sexy I am. Look at me. God. Look at me.
Hush, little baby, listen to the sound of the jungle. Animal all around.
A mujeres no me falta ni el dinero ni el amor.
On l'a pas exactement amené comme ça et c'est pas non plus notre intention, mais.
It was great to finally win Wimbledon, and the next thing is to knuckle down and go on to win even more. Job done. Party!
Nobody talks about Mick like that.
Careful with that knife, mate. It's pretty sharp.
A knife? How big?
What do you mean there's two of them?
Coppola aveva visto delle foto mie, quindi ha parlato di me a suo padre, Francis.
Have I had work done? Yes, obviously. This doesn't just happen. I got my thigh gap closed. Do you remember what I used to be like? I'd come out like this, and people were like, did he come here on a horse?
And he was like, ja, ek kan alles hoor wat julle sê, hoor. And we literally just, we had no comeback.
Of course, Your Highness.
Jacinda is fine, Reese.
Listen, this is big. Bigger than we thought. Bigger than the moon landing and Loch Ness combined. Which, by the way, is one of my theories, that those things are combined.
Good stuff. Now to animals doing stuff, and in the year or so since we've been running this segment, we've had cat videos aplenty, lots and lots of good doggos, and a variety of weird and wild critters doing their thing. But this one's the winner. Now, what seems like badly written spy fiction, a beluga whale is accused of being a Russian agent. Norwegian fishermen spotted the whale in a place called Finnmark. As you can see from this video, it has some kind of harness around it, and it is very chill with humans. Now, fishermen say it was harassing their boats, trying to pull at the cables, etc. They suspect it escaped from a secret Russian naval base where battalions of belugas are being trained in warfare. Now, as fantastic as that sounds, it has some basis in fact. Russia trained dolphins as mine hunters, a program they only just ended in the 90s. And that will be a lot from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions. You'll find me at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Follow, subscribe and add. See you again tomorrow.